In 1920, the 19th Amendment to the Constitution granted women the right to vote, and in 1964, the Civil Rights Act banned discrimination based on race, color, religion, or national orientation from employment practices and public establishments. Yet, in 2015, the United States is still allowing the discrimination of individuals based on their sexual orientation or their gender identity. The LGBT community is those who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. And it is very important that we give the members of this community the respect and rights they deserve, not because they are lesbians, gays, bisexuals, or transgenders, but because they are human beings. If we allow the discrimination of those in the LGBT community to continue, it will only be a matter of time before this discrimination spills over into other society groups, such as senior citizens, children. It could be someone you love, or even yourself. I have researched through the American Civil Liberties Union, the LGBT Rights Cases and Project, as well as read numerous articles on the LGBT discrimination cases and policies. I know teachers who have been forced from their jobs and patrons who were not allowed to be in establishments or go shopping in certain areas, all based on who they decided to love and not being afraid to show it or publicize it. Regardless of their sexual preference, orientation, or identification, every human being deserves respect and rights. Discrimination against the LGBT community needs to be made unlawful and held up by legislation. First, I will discuss the discrimination that befalls those in the LGBT community. Second, I will explore the actions taken against the LGBT community members. And finally, I will explain actions that you and I can do to end this discrimination and save individuals from unnecessary persecution. Those in the LGBT community are discriminated against, preventing them from obtaining job positions, having equal rights with marriage or adoption, from shopping in certain establishments, and sharing health benefits with their partners. Many states do not support same-sex marriage or adoption, and while it is likely that the Supreme Court will establish a nationwide right for same-sex marriage, many state legislations are taking up individual bills to make it easier for businesses and individuals to stop serving gay couples based on religious reasons. This discrimination has led to actions taken out against the members of the LGBT community. Members of the LGBT community have suffered harassment, refusal of service, and loss of jobs. Over 1/3 of U.S. states still allow businesses and individuals to legally deny lesbians, gays, bisexuals, and transgenders service due to their sexual orientation and gender identity. Studies have shown that the LGBT community who are out at work are more likely to suffer harassment, job loss, and other discrimination acts, more than 3 times the amount of other employees at the same establishment. The discrimination, harassment, and inequalities taken out on the members of the LGBT community is a violation of their civil rights. And we as Americans have fought hard for these rights for many years, and allowing this discrimination to continue is a violation of these rights. The impact of the discrimination and lack of rights for those of the LGBT community does not end here. The violation of these rights will spill over into other groups of society. It could be senior citizens, religious groups, or even children, whatever society chooses next. It could include you and your loved ones. The Human Rights Campaign warns us that current bills being passed in state legislations will empower individuals to sue the government to attempt to end the enforcement of the non-discrimination law, which will affect us all. First, I discussed the discrimination of the members of the LGBT community. Second, I explored actions taken out against the LGBT community members due to these discriminations. And finally, I explained the importance of acting against these discriminations for the sake of the rights of all members of society and for the world that we will leave to future generations. Sexual orientation and gender identity are not reasons to eliminate the rights of a human being. The discrimination against the LGBT community needs to be made unlawful and held up by legislation. I believe that Amnesty International USA said it correctly when they said, "We all have a sexual orientation and gender identity, and this shared fact means that discrimination against members of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community based on their sexual orientation and/or gender identity is an issue that transcends that community and affects us all." I hope that you will all move forward to help end this discrimination. Thank you very much for your time, and have a great day.